So there was a strong solar flare event that happened just after midnight. Right now, that could be impacting some of our technology. And sadly, we're entering a solar maximum where we're going to see more and more solar storms, solar flares. It's never happened in this time of human history where we're relying on technology like we have never before.
Well, all right, folks, here we are. The internet is on fire today, almost quite literally. And I say that after 2 large X-class solar flares released from the sun, causing literal cell phone blackouts. The internet going absolutely crazy today after all this space weather has taken place overnight last night, and people are comparing it to Hollywood and all the movies where the world ends. And although that's not going to happen, this is still a very serious situation, and I've been warning people about this for a long time now. So here is the situation. Thousands and thousands of people are reporting cell phone service issues, or total blackouts in some cases, all over the country. Interruptions to U.S. mobile services have been reported across the United States on Thursday morning. DownDetector.com, which tracks outages, showed thousands of reports made by users of multiple networks after 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The AT&T reports numbered around 32,000 with hotspots in the southern and eastern U.S. Users say their phones are displaying the SOS message, leaving them unable to make calls or access services. This includes 911. And this article says the cause is unclear, but we know that that is untrue. As we can see here over on spaceweather.com, it just so happens we had a double X-class solar flare event, which caused immediate radio blackouts at 2 separate times after each of these flares reached Earth. The big sunspot AR3590 is as dangerous as it looks. Late yesterday, February 21st, the active region produced a powerful X1.8 class solar flare with a shortwave radio blackout over the western US and Pacific Ocean. NASA's Solar Dynamic Observatory recorded the extreme ultraviolet flash. And then this happened. Hours later, the sunspot erupted again, producing an almost identical X1.7 class flare. Neither explosion produced a bright CME. This means the double flares will not cause geomagnetic storms, but the radio and cell phone blackouts are very real, as we could see with thousands of people reporting their outages. Not only that, but this sunspot is very much capable of producing even more X-class solar flares, and that could be as soon as today, a couple hours, basically any moment in time. Here is our GOES X-ray flux chart, and you can see right here the 2 main features are the X-class solar flares, almost identical in size. The first 2 explosions we've had in a few days, actually. The sun's been very quiet up until this point. Now, as stated earlier, a lot of this energy is going to miss Earth. We could see that here in the Enlil spiral chart. The yellow dot here is Earth. We could see the energy coming off the sun from one of those flares here, and in time we'll have a reading for the second one. We talked about this just the other day when discussing cannibal CMEs, where one CME erupts and then a second launches off the sun and overtakes that one, making it an even bigger event on Earth. This is also coming on the heels of a lot of different rumors taking place about when and if the power grid's going to go down. As we saw here on X, a lot of people referencing that movie that came out a little bit ago, where it basically shows the entire world losing all sorts of communications, satellite, GPS, internet, everything you can think of, and then trying to live life that way, nearly impossible. Another one of the outlets, one of many actually covering this story, is the New York Post. It says AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon users hit by massive cellular outage. Now, it's an interesting spot that this story's at because we're kind of getting that mix of scientific ideas flowing in with the mainstream media, and eventually they're going to get this right. But it's just fun to watch how websites like the New York Post are talking about just the cell phone issue, and then we got other sites talking about the solar flares, and eventually they're going to get it together and put out the right information about the fact that the solar flares are what caused the cell phone outages. I'll be keeping an eye on this story throughout the day, but I wanted to get this info out to you as soon as possible. I think we all know it's just a matter of time before we wake up one day, and not only is this going to happen again in the very near future, but eventually we're going to wake up and not even be able to check to see if it did happen. The only way we're going to know is the fact that we don't have internet anymore. And that, my friends, is not going to be a good day. But until then, I will be here to share all the info with you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to Canada. Please check out the Instagram and X channels for updates throughout the day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Stop right there, my friends. If you have not already, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Click all and you will get all notifications from this channel. And trust me, you won't be disappointed.